Hello world, and welcome to another stream, building a roguelike in C. The stream where we are on a quest to build a classic ASCII roguelike in using standard C, and no scripting engines or rendering engines of any sort. We're going to build the game engine entirely ourselves in standard C. So, yesterday we finished our shadow casting algorithm, and we also built out a linked list data structure, a generic linked list that we will put to use in the very near future. But I think for this evening's stream, what I'd like to do is do some dungeon map beautification. And what I mean by that is, let me bring up the current state of the game. Let's see, what's it doing? Okay, so are you guys seeing that? Yep, okay, so here's the current state of our game with our shadow casting and such, and let me just expose enough of the map so that I can kind of show you what's what. Alright, so like, look at these, replacing our randomly generated rooms and our randomly generated corridors that join those rooms, but the way that our hallway or corridor algorithm is working right now is it doesn't take into account where it's already drawn hallways, and so you end up with this dungeon that, in some cases, this is a great example of it. It just is chopped up everywhere. I mean, look at this. This is not really much of a dungeon, more just like a ton of horizontal lines, and you know, like this block right here. That's just a collection of hallways that have chopped up these rooms beyond recognition. So what I would like to do this evening is change the hallway generation algorithm such that we don't get this these rooms that are just chopped into tiny bits. So that said, let's get started. Right now we have some functions for carving out our hallways. We've got one for horizontal hallways and one for vertical hallways, and then this is our room carving algorithm. Let's quickly go to our map generation algorithm, and the room generation I'm not going to mess around with. When we fall out of the room generation step, we've got an array that contains all of our rooms, or rectangles that describe all of our rooms, and then we move on to our hallway generation. And right now what we're doing for that is we're looping through our room array, and we're taking each two elements in the array, and we're drawing a hallway that goes from one to the other, and it will randomly determine whether it goes horizontal then vertical or vertical then horizontal, and so it goes from a random point in the first room to a random point in the second room via a horizontal and a vertical hallway. So what I'd like to do is, instead of just drawing hallways between point A and point B, I would like to still use that algorithm to generate the proposed hallway, but instead of just carving it out, actually walk the proposed hallway and see what rooms we're going through. And every time that we intersect a room, we'll generate a hallway segment. And then once we've done that, and we end up with a list of hallway segments, we will check the list, and any segment that describes or that matches a hallway that already joins those two rooms, we're gonna toss out that segment. So basically, we won't have duplicate. They're not exact duplicate hallways, but if we have room A and room B, we're not going to have multiple hallways joining those two rooms. So we'll eliminate the duplication there. So let's see. So I said that we're going to essentially keep this as our proposed. We're still going to walk through all the rooms, or loop through our room list. We're still going to generate random points in each of our rooms, and then we're going to join those two. But instead of doing the carving right now, we're going to want to test. So what we will do just trying to re-familiarize myself with what we were doing here. So to get the midpoint, oh, so that's just the point, the intersection point of our horizontal and vertical line. Okay, so instead of carving out that room, or that hallway, we're going to propose it. And what kind of data structure would we like to use here? Well, I mean, we could just use 2 points. We could just use the endpoints. Since we've got from point and midpoint right here. And so what we kind of want to do is we want to do map get segments. And we want to do that from, we'll give it our from point and our midpoint. And what this will yield is a list of segments. So let's define a map segment. We've got point. Let's just do and our segment will have a starting point and an end point. So let's do I don't want to find it. Okay. So what this is going to return is a list of segments. And so, do we want to put into use our new list that we created yesterday? We might as well. So if you remember, and now I've lost my, let's see. Oh, there we go. Okay, and then move it over, it goes like that. Okay, there we go. So over here I have my list, and so let's use it. So we will call, for each loop, do list, I guess we would just call it segments, or we would call it, let's do H segments. And we do list in it. And then we need a pointer to our destroy function, which I'm just going to be using malloc. So I guess we can just do that. Perhaps. I guess we'll find out. We gotta. And so then what we'll end up with let's think about this. So is that what we really seems like it's maybe a bit, we don't need to have double the lists. We'll determine how to draw a segment based on its beginning and end point. So let's comment this out. Comment this out for the moment. Now we're going to be doing this loop for each. So what we want out here is a list. So we'll do segments is map get segments, and then let's see, what's the best way to send in this information? At this point, it's going to be stack. We do that with copy. But it would really just be a copy of this. Wouldn't be the most of these we're passing in a pointer though, so let's do so we get the segments, or we'll add them to the list, and then we'll do the same for from our midpoint to our endpoint, or I guess we called it the 2 point. So segments, joining rooms, I would say. And then what we'll do is list and eliminate any segments that duplicate or that join rooms that are already joined. Hey, Powly Pow, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, so we're going to walk the segment list. So the other thing that we need to add to our segment, I would like to have, I guess since we're holding our rooms in an array, I think maybe we just have indexes. Room, I'll call it start room. We'll just call it room A and room B. we can call it room from and room 2. That's kind of better than A and B. So get segments will accumulate the segments in the list, and then we will walk the segment list and eliminate segments. So we'll do
Sometimes I think I am free. See your light in the night sky. Sometimes I know I can breathe. Feel the air at the right time.
do we? I need to refresh my memory how we're doing this list. Do a mem set to clear the structure. We don't. One thing I'm unclear about is whether we should be malloking our list and have it be a pointer? Because I feel like it should. So this would be list star. And we would call it malloc. Yeah, is that what we want to do? Just do the malloc, the size of the list. And then this becomes segments, and then instead of doing ampersand list, we can just pass the pointer around, and then down here we say carve out segments, new segments. Add them to hallway list, and then we'll clean up, which means free. But in addition to sorted list. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, give me 1 sec. I need to take a quick break. I'll be back in 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, so, all right, back to our Alright, so I think we've gotten our pseudocode. Carve segments, and we'll pass in our segment list. Sure. I guess we should also also send in our list of hallways. We're fine. I spend more time trying to come up with the perfect name. So we'll pass in our segments and our hallways. And then once we've carved out, once we've looped through all of our rooms, then we can clean up our hallways. I like to write this code now because otherwise you can forget to clean up your stuff and then you got memory leaks and that's no good. Hey, Mr. Love Pickle, how's it going tonight? How is Ruby treating you these days? Alright, so we're going to do the same. Same for this. Actually, okay, so let's just copy this bit. And we're going to do oh, it's coming along. The project's coming along pretty well. Gotten field of view working, and now I'm just working this evening on map beautification, trying to make my maps look less like Swiss cheese, because right now I've got hallways where I'm just carving them indiscriminately, and so rooms end up getting chopped up, and it doesn't look very visually appealing, so I'm trying to clean that up. And then I'm super excited because I am going to TwitchCon this weekend, and I'm super psyched about that. It's going to be a lot of fun, I think. So what I'm just thinking about right now is that this logic is exactly the same. So I need to I think I need to indicate direction here. Oh, no, okay, so the midpoint, oh, no, this is fine, because the midpoint is the midpoint calculation is what makes the difference. I thought, okay. So what I'd like to do, we'll get the segments, point, midpoint. This logic is the same. Really, the only difference is going to be the midpoint construction. So I can move all of this stuff out. And then get rid of this, this. Yeah. And I can do and then I'm going to move this tomato pseudocode down here. This commented out code just for later. So this code becomes we randomly take a 50-50 chance of whether we go horizontal then vertical or vertical then horizontal. So we calculate our midpoint based on which direction we're going. And then we draw, we figure out the segments between our midpoint and our starting and ending points. Then we'll walk that list and eliminate any segments that join rooms that are already joined, and then we carve out the segments. So this is not. This will be while. Well, E not equal to null. And then our loop is going to be E equals E. Guess we could do something like this. we're going to want to check the list, examine. Let me think about that for a sec. Let's do our map get segments. And it takes our list and then 2 points from and to. Yeah. Where'd I go? Where'd my cursor go? So what we're going to do is we're going to walk find all the so also what we're going to need to pass in here, I'm thinking, is we need to know what our rooms are. So in our map generate, we have our array of room rectangles. So we're going to need to pass that in as well. And so, oh, this is segments. I guess we can just pass it. So we're going to start with our 2-point. Our from point. Started our from point, and then while how are we going to step? So what we'll do, we need to figure out if we're moving horizontally or vertically. If from x equals to x, it'll be vertical. So if the starting y equals the ending y, then we are moving horizontally, so I'm going to mark that. And then we'll do I don't really want to have two sets of logic here. I guess that's fine for now. And we do our x. That'll be our increment. I need to see when we're generating these rooms. just going from and to, and so then when we do our carves, yeah, we could be moving left to right or right to left, so we need to be smarter in our logic here. So in addition to need to be smarter here. Then we want to say if our from x is less than our 2x.
Yeah. Any other day I would wake up. Yeah.
Let's reverse it, R2.
Think about the time you take up. While you put on your makeup.
Then our step is going to be -1. From y is greater than R2y. Similarly, our step is equal to -1. And so then this becomes step. So one other thing that we need is we need current room.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Ain't it funny how all the games played out? Like I don't know what you're doing when you stay out. Try to lock me down, I had to break out. Cause you lie, repeat, rewind, retweet, then act like hoes that you see on TV. What a crying shame with a body in that frame and a half a brain.
I'm just gonna make this -, and make it -1. If not equal to -1 and is also not equal to current room, then we have a new segment.
Any other day you could lie to me and I said, baby, it'll be okay. But today is not one of those special days, and baby girl, I'll be on my way. I'm doing me, and any other day you can cry to me and I'ma wash those tears away. But everybody knows that you play it sweet, girl, you ain't no Sarah Lee. I'm doing me. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Ain't it funny how all the games played out? Like I don't know what you're doing when you stay out. Try to lock me down, I had
'Cause the order for segments doesn't matter, so we can just put it on the list.
With a body on that frame and a half a brain. Damn.
And then I believe it takes our data. Yep, pointer to our data. Jeez. Really went right now. Get tired. So segment, we said that a segment has what? Start, endpoint, room from, room to. What are we going to call our... It's going to be... I need to think about this walking algorithm. We want to track when we left our previous room. So we have our current. So I think we know that the ending is going to be our current, but our start is going to be, let me think about that. So room is going to be our current room. and 2 going to be our and this I'm just going to make for just for that. It'll be fine. But for the start, for our starting point, last I'm just going to call it last marker. And to start it off, I'm going to call that our from. And so when we create a new segment between current room and room, we create that segment, we add it to the list, and then we need to update both current room and last marker. Let's just call it last point. Yeah, my brain is getting too tired to function, because now I'm just making silly errors. Okay, so let's just finish this a little bit. Then I think I'm going to call it an evening. Room for point. Alright, we add a new segment to the list that goes from last point to our current point, and that would join the current room to the room that we just found. And so then we're updating our room and last point to be where we are right now. And then we're going to go look at the next. We're going to step and go to the next one. And we'll do that until we hit our ending point. And that should add all the segments between those 2 points. Okay. So we also need to pass in I think that's good, and I think that I'm too tired to code efficiently at this point. So I think we've done a decent amount of work towards at least thinking through the algorithm and getting some getting the high-level code kind of put together. So I mean, really what's left is just fleshing out the details for each of the functions that we've defined at the higher level, and then this one I'm definitely going to want to step through and make sure that it's doing exactly what we think it's doing, which I'm going to save for the next stream. So I am going to call it an evening right now. I will be off stream for the next few days because, as I mentioned, I am going to TwitchCon, which I'm super excited about. And so when I get back next Monday, I will update you as to what I learned or who I met and what I found out from the good folks at Twitch. I'm super excited about it. So thank you for watching this evening. If you want to catch previous streams, they're all archived on YouTube. Hit me up on Twitter with any questions or comments. And if you want to follow along at home, be sure to grab the source code on GitHub. I usually put the latest up right after the stream. I'll do the latest commits. And if you've enjoyed watching and want to be notified the next time I go live, be sure to follow me, hit that follow button, and you'll get notified the next time that I go live on Twitch. So, good night, and thanks for watching. I'll catch you next week.